Yeah,
I got
nothing
about
fancy, though.
25, 30 minutes or so for myself. So,
All right.
Nice.
We'll take whatever you can give us, Chris.
all right.
Well, I think it's working because we're live, and
We're live.
we're live on YouTube on the Photo Booth Magazine channel, and we're also streaming live on the Photo Booth Network. It's working.
Ah, very nice.
See, look,
This is fan-
we are technology gooks.
What was that word you just said?
Goof.
I don't think that's the right
Goofs.
word.
I didn't emphasize the F. I'm sorry.
Goofs. Yes, we were goofs. I'm more like a geek.
I'm a nerd.
Nerds.
I think you have to be to kind of be in this industry.
You have to.
A little
Definitely
bit.
helps. It
Well,
does.
if you're a guy, I don't know. I've spoken to a lot of the female boothers, and they're like, "Yeah, no, I have somebody to do that." So they have a geek on their team somewhere.
You know what though? I tell people this. I just was talking to someone earlier. I am a big advocate of if you don't know it, sometimes it is much better to hire someone who does know it, i.e. art
Mhm.
for ads, and have them do it than trying to teach yourself. You know, it's
Yeah.
much better use of your time and resources.
Absolutely.
It is. Yeah, I'm a big advocate of that now because it's time and money that you could be spending doing something much, much better, improving your own stuff that you're good at. So if you have the money, pay someone else to do it.
Right.
Sometimes it's hard to find the right person.
Well, and that's
But we're live.
a great lead in, Art, because a lot of people try and do their own CRM, and that can be very difficult.
Yeah.
And,
So who do we have here tonight, Dave?
Chris from BoothBook on tonight because we had a recent Art did a presentation here in our local area, and the conversation came up about CRMs and the different CRMs out there and what works for people, and taking a poll at the gathering, it seemed that BoothBook was one of the popular ones that were there.
Mm-hmm.
There's several out there, and they all do things a little bit differently, but and they all do some things the same. So that's what's unique.
And the biggest thing is finding one that works for you. I've tried a lot of them. My history. I've got a DJ company. I've got a photo booth company. I've been a photographer. So I've been out there. I've tried a lot of these other CRMs. I ended up with BoothBook because it worked the best for me and has really expanded my business a ton. I absolutely love what BoothBook has done for me, or a CRM in general, because I went from working full time, having to work nights, evenings, weird shifts, all that stuff to support myself, to BoothBook running my business, helped me expand, and now I live cross country and run everything remotely.
Where do you live, Chris?
Yeah.
I'm in Phoenix now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I moved from the cold and got away from the snow.
Okay.
Traitor.
Smart.
I will take 120-degree days over negative 20-degree days any day of the year.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that.
So, what about CRMs would you guys like to know? What can I get you talked about?
So, do you have a demo that you could bring up? If not, that's fine.
Give me a second. I have one I play with here and there.
Listen, we're not going personal here. We're just trying to keep it strictly professional.
Touche.
Thank you very much. Remember, just tip your waitresses on the way out.
So let's see.
Well, what are some features that you like the most, Chris, in utilizing your CRM?
So the biggest thing for me is automated responses for my leads that come in. be it through BoothBook itself or adding them to a mailing campaign and doing a drip campaign and landing pages with them, um, automated follow-ups with when someone does book. This is all stuff that I used to have to manually remember to do. Did I send out the contract reminder? Did they sign the contract? Did they pay their retainer or deposit? Have they chosen their template? What about their start screen? What about final payment? Did I get all the details I need on where I'm going to be for this event? Was I organized? Which I definitely was not organized before this, and I had paper strewn everywhere. I'm trying to remember what event was where. Did I have them sign the contract? Did they send it back? So for me, it's a matter of just reducing my time and stress and making it so I had everything done and didn't lift a finger. I do 300 to 400 events a year, and I talk to less than 75% of my customers because the system does it all. Customers think they're talking to me. It's great, but they're usually not. It's an automated reminder, hey, we're 6 months out. We're thinking about you for your event. All sorts of different items like that.
Yes, that's one of the features I like is you can schedule, different messages to go out at different points in time.
Yeah.
I
So it's
get
almost
messages from customers when they're sent a reminder, about 30 days out, and they're like, "Oh my God, I forgot to, choose our strip for our event." And
it's like a personal assistant, right?
it really is.
Essentially.
Really
It really
is. I mean, I get to see, like, this is an upcoming booking. This is just in a test site. I can quickly look and see, okay, cool. Here's when my next event is. Hopefully you're getting more than 2027, or if you're booking that far out, well, that's nice. I would not. But I can see what they've booked, what they've paid, any notes. In this case, they've chosen their template. I can see that, if they've signed the contract or not. I can even pull up their contract. I can even see what the customer sees in their view. Just let me see. There we go. And they can even choose to add on additional stuff, an audio guest book or a virtual one. They can see their template and approve it and say, yep, that's exactly what I want. This is perfect. I'm going to accept that. And then they can make their payments here, which they can't make their payment because they haven't signed their contract. Personally, I don't want money unless I have a contract.
Right. Now, this is really cool. So let me ask you a question. So when we get to a stage in the process, you've got, a contract goes out. You can see whether they've signed the contract or not. They get reminders to sign the contract. Do they get a separate reminder for different steps in the process? Like, does the system know if they've made a deposit and remind them to do deposit?
So the way our system is built is you can build out automations for any portion or parts of those steps, or as many reminders of those as you want. So for my personal company, I've got it where 30 minutes after a booking goes in, if the contract's not signed, it sends them a reminder. It does the same thing at 1, 3, and 7 days. And then same with if they've signed the contract but haven't paid the retainer. I even have it so dialed down that if they've signed the contract but haven't paid the deposit, but they're a school event, it's not going to send the same email because my schools are typically, net 30.
Day of or net 30.
Yeah.
What about the strips though? Like you got a photo strip design or an overlay, that's part of the process too.
Yep.
Does the system, can you also trigger the system? So I've got a contract, I've got a deposit, they picked their backdrop. Ooh, they have not picked their template yet or approved the design. You got a reminder for that too. Oh wow, look at that.
Yep. So right in here, I have mine set up with an automation. I'm using Cherie's template chooser. We've got it built in.
Photo
booth talk. Personally, I love her stuff. I love all the guys. Mike's got some great stuff with his shop and whatnot, and Clay's got some great stuff too. But I've been using Cherie's for years. It builds in when they go to choose it. If they haven't chosen it, I have an automation that says 1 month out, 1 week out, and day before, because sometimes I just forget. Hey, we need your template.
Yeah.
And it's not even me who forgets. It's actually, I have a VA now, so she'll be the one to send out the reminder usually, and do these templates.
Okay.
But I love it because they can come in, they can say, yep, this is the one I want. They fill out what they want on it. On my personal system, I don't let them change the colors, so I have that section turned off. And
Okay.
if they don't like the colors, they just choose a different one.
Or choose
And then,
different template altogether.
yeah, that's
Okay.
my personal preference. My thing is that many events, I don't want to have to go through editing.
Right.
Well, I don't want my VA to be sitting there changing the color 7 different times because, well, that's not the right fuchsia.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. No, I one, kind of a talk about that is I actually played around with um, taking that off the widget, the color choices. And wouldn't you know it, the next two are like, can I change the color to a different color on the template? I'm like, sure. Yeah, no problem. So I guess you
Yeah.
could always have that conversation too. You don't
Yeah.
have to say no, you can't change the color. You can just kind of guide them towards the thought of choose the right color, so I don't have to play
Right.
catch up with 7 emails.
Right. And that's the biggest thing is, people get choice paralysis when they can see that and they're like, oh, well, I don't know what color this goes to.
Oh,
So that leads to more work, more questions.
hmm,
And for me, it was just decreasing that, I
yeah,
don't want to have to worry
yeah.
about it. And I've had no pushback, honestly. So it's been great.
Yeah, most of my customers they don't need to make that many changes, in the colors and things like that. The biggest thing I might get is the font. They would like a different font.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. We get that
I've seen
occasionally,
that.
especially with glam booths. They want a specific font
Yep.
yeah, which that's fine. They're paying extra for the glam booth. They're paying
Sure.
quite a premium. So they can get a little extra. Uh, but in our system, obviously, if they haven't signed the contract, they can come in and sign it. Template, start screen. We integrate with Booth Motion. I don't know if you've played with Matt's stuff from Booth Motion.
Oh, that's
Um,
cool.
I love these. These are absolutely amazing because
Hmm.
what it'll do is when the customer puts their information in, they choose their one in usually minutes, but up to an hour later, I'll actually get a message, and they will too, with the preview already generated. So I don't have to edit anything. It's done. That's what they get. And all I have to do is pay for it right before the event and download it and attach it to Snappick or Curator or, any of the amazing programs that are out there.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. So you've got the welcome start screens. That's really cool. That's a good upsell. So the
It
ability to
is.
do something like that. I've played around with it because it was Jason Whaley and Lapley. They just did a conversation about free events, and it also comes down to being able to offer some free bells and whistles to kind of get the word out there.
Yep.
So I've done a couple animated screens myself, and people love it, and
Yep.
it's definitely something you could easily upsell. So I'm going to actually start working on that myself.
Mats are between $15 and $25 for the automated ones. If you want really custom, Clay does some amazing work.
Yeah, he does.
I think for like $45. Don't quote me
Mhm.
on that. Reach out to him. But if you need really custom, I've had him and Adam do some stuff. But it's an easy upsell. I mean, we sell them for $75 to $150, and people love it. Brides love it. Corporate loves it, especially when it's really branded to their event. Easy upsell. And that's one of those things that I already added it to this one, but it would be an offer here for an upsell for them so they could choose it in their client portal. And if they haven't chosen it, I can even have an email go out, an automation that says, hey, we have a special offer for you. Log into your client portal and choose it.
That's great, and that's something I'm really bad at. So I've got these events that I book up, and I'm pretty good at it. But I've got another DJ that works for me, and she goes out and she does these events, and I've actually set her up with her own photo booth. She keeps it at her house. I said, hey, keep this at your house. You get an event, you could upsell this. She forgets to sell it, and I'm just I need something like this. I need some kind of reminder to put that in front of these people because I don't want her forgetting to upsell that booth.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, I run a multi-op, so for us, we don't let the DJs do any of that. It's all on our end, or really the CRMs. It's all built in. So, for DJ side, we upsell monograms or animated monograms, digital monograms, whatever you want to call them. Cold Sparks, First Dance on Clouds, extra speakers. We offer an option for a ceremony speaker or a cocktail hour speaker if it's in a different room. Extra mics, glow options for the glow sticks and neon parties. All awesome things that brides go in to go pay, and they're like, "Oh, I can add this. That'll be a ton of fun."
Mhm. What about, someone like myself and you? I mean, you're a multi-op, you have a DJ service as well. Um, do you have two separate entities, or is it one company that's doing the DJ and the photo booth?
So I have a parent company and then a sub company. So
Okay.
I do run the booth side separately as well, because I get a lot of my bookings from brides who booked a different DJ than us, but don't want to hire us
Mhm.
as the DJ side just for photo booth, if that makes sense.
Is it
So
two different websites that you have, one for photo booth and one for, okay.
yeah,
Because that's where I was going to go with my next question is, see, I'm all one. I've got a really good brand, and I thought about separating it out, and now I'm in a situation where I use DJ Event Planner, but BoothBook would serve my photo booth side so much better. So how do I handle that if I've got one website and I'm handling an event and I've got DJ and photo booth? What do you say to people like myself who are in that type of situation?
so we actually have an update coming in actually really soon here, like quarter 3, quarter 4, where we're going to have multiple brands inside BoothBook and allowing you to have it all kind of meshed together. So depending on
Really?
what they choose, yeah, you can have a brand for your
Hmm.
photo booth, a brand for your DJ side, but it all gathers from the same equipment. So you're not overselling yourself. It's all in there for you as an admin. Makes it a lot easier. It's going to be amazing.
So I've got one brand and two
Yep.
services, right? DJ and photo booth. I can put that into BoothBook. I
Yep.
can migrate all my stuff over.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. Now what, okay, again, this is a photo booth, geared talk show or podcast or video cast, whatever you want to call it. What about like, things for the DJs like song requests? Like, do you have that coming as well?
So we have web forms, and
Okay.
I don't know if I have it set up. Helps if I actually choose on my window and not the
Uh,
one in front of me. So wedding DJ song choice, right? And this is just
yeah.
a sample.
Uh-huh.
So are we having first dance? Yep. Okay, what time is
Yeah.
it? 20:30. And this is gonna be, I'm gonna cheat, and I am not a DJ. This is why I hire DJs. Um,
1,000. What's 1,000 years? But what's the most overplayed wedding song? A
uh,
1,000 years.
yeah, it is Christina,
There you
right?
go.
Yeah, Christina
Yeah.
Perry.
Yep. And there you go. Should we invite guests? Yes. Onto the main set. And
So is
this
that
is
is that your
something
database of songs, or do we have to upload our own database?
a database that we connect to, so it gets updated pretty frequently. Yeah.
Genius.
Yep.
Love it.
So, and this is just one sample, but you can customize this. You can add more song choices or options.
Hmm.
The one I've got, I have a lot more information in this. Are we doing uh, games? We do a lot of Jewish weddings, so are we
Hmm.
doing anything special with that? All sorts of additional questions you can add in there, which
The
is really
horror.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the way the interface looks. Now, something else. So I hired Dave to do my brother's wedding a couple years ago, and
Listen, I'm still apologizing for that.
no, it was great. It was great. But what I really liked about it, Dave, is the fact that you use BoothBook, and I had like this little app thing on my phone that I could manage the event with, the payments and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That was great. And it's so huge these days. Everybody's on their phone. Everyone's like, "Oh, I got to use a computer." Like they just want to do it on their phone, right?
Yeah.
And I think that was really cool with BoothBook.
So I mean, when I have to do stuff, I'm mobile a lot of the times. So I'm
Yeah.
doing it from my phone. This past weekend, Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, I was up in Monument Valley, which is middle of nowhere. There's no cell service or anything, right? But
Mhm.
when I got cell service, I could quickly load up and help anyone I needed to right on my phone and not have to pull out a laptop.
That's key. I
Yeah.
mean, we're more mobile than anything now. What's interesting is we do a lot of our web design and a lot of our work is on a desktop, and just the fact that you can now do the work on your phone just as efficiently as you would on a laptop is fantastic.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I can, and I do this actually. My partner does this more than I do, because he's special. But he'll be on his phone and get a lead in, and he'll respond to them, because for our DJ sides, we're a lot more hands-on. I'm sure, as you know, DJs, people like a little more interaction than with the photo booth side. He'll text them. He'll get all their information if they're not already in leads, and he'll send them a proposal right from his phone while he's talking to them still.
So you can do this on your phone. You can do all this stuff on your phone.
Yep. He's literally he's got his AirPods in one ear, and he's sitting there filling in any information that he has for additional details and putting in their package information for their different quotes. So like in this one, we've got 2 different quotes for them to look at. And then he'll write it while he's on the phone. He's like, okay, I just sent you a proposal. Can you ensure that you've gotten it? All right, perfect. I look forward to hearing from you and when you decide which one you want to go with.
Sold.
Yeah, it's great.
Sold.
And that's the nice thing, is that you can do multiple quotes in one proposal, so they can choose which one they like.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So it's like the Allenberg method of like, you give them 3 choices, but guide them towards the one that's gonna, that you really want them to buy. That's great.
I mean, we do that on the book itself too. If customers have automated bookings, like I said, I do that with my photo booths. I could say, oops, wedding. When they come in and they go look, so they can say, here's my social booth, and then here's a couple options for packages, and then here's a couple add-ons. Oh, I want to add a backdrop. Oh, I want an audio guest book. Oh, what color do you want?
Oh yeah. How does it look on the website side? So if someone is on your website, show us that path so people can kind of see what that user experience is for the customer when they come to your website.
So it's actually really simple, because it is just, you'll either have a contact form. I'll go back to you'll either have a contact form like this, right? Don't mind that.
Yep.
Playing with my text color. Or you'll have the booking calendar widget, and it's just embedded on your site. So let me see if I.
So the nice thing is, Art, is they've got widgets for these different sections.
Yeah, because for me personally, I don't allow anybody to book right away because I have peculiar things going on. I may not have staff, or I may have like Sundays. Like I don't do work on Sundays for the most part.
Well, but see,
I may be on vacation.
You can set that up in the background, in your system to say, if someone asks for a date on Sunday, they get a notice that you're fully booked or you're unavailable.
But there are times when I'm not even sure, like a certain date in the future, that I can even take it because I do have staff, but I'm not sure if they're going to be available that day.
Right.
There are times when I get a lead in and I'm texting my guy, kind of like, "Are you available this day? Are you available this day? You are? Okay, then I'll get back to him and say we're available."
And that's where I would use the contact form instead. You'll still get all the. I actually like the contact form even when I'm doing automated bookings, because we can have it go either just email you, and they get a nice thank you message, or they get a follow-up page when they submit it. And then, I get an email or a push over notification that says, hey, you got a new lead. Here's the information, right? You can then, for you, check with your guys and say, hey, is this available? Check your calendar. Oh, am I available? Cool, I am. Reach back out to them, be like, hey, we're here. We want to talk to you. We want to meet,
Yeah.
There's times where I'll have people that are still on the website after they fill out the form, and I'm calling them and they're like, oh my God, I'm just on your website now. I'm like, yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And then you're able to walk them through and get them set up and, talk to them about everything.
So what I see here, is this exactly how it's going to look on my website? Can I make it, so that's a really wide view.
Yeah.
Is it responsive?
It is responsive. This is just to width that I have of this page currently. You can adjust this. You can see widgets, create widget, and let's see, contact form, wedding, load. So I can drag and drop things in different orders. I can change how they look a little bit. I can change, background color, text color, font I'm using. So you can match it to your website. So when you put it on your site, it's pretty close to what your site would look like anyway, and no one would know the difference. And the nice thing is when they submit it, it goes right into your
Mhm.
BoothBook leads. So it's all right there. Or if you have it directing into the booking form, it just goes right
Mhm.
into your BoothBook. And if once you set your branding up, it's basically going to look like your website. They
Yeah.
don't realize they've switched.
So we've got a yes on it's customizable. We've got yes, it can match your brand and colors, etc. You can use it on the cell phone. You did mention that the DJ portion is coming soon. Would you say like 2 months? Would you say 3 months, four
Well, I mean, we
months,
have
6
tons
months, a
of
year?
DJs using it now,
Yeah,
but we've
I use
got
it.
yeah.
Well, like with the song requests and all that stuff, that's in there now.
Well, that's in there now. Yeah, that's been in there for a couple of years now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's
Where
the
have I been?
multi-brand that's coming, like
Oh,
quarter
the
three, quarter
multi-brand.
four.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. All
Um,
right. So, what is your monthly fee for BoothBook?
so that depends on the plan level you want to be on because we have a couple different plan levels.
Okay.
And right now, so I will preface in saying that we are a UK-based company, despite the fact that I live in the US. I run the US based here with support and whatnot. Switch over to this tab. So you see we have 4 plans currently.
Hmm.
Newbie works out to about $24, $25. Basic is about 49 US dollars. Pro is about
Hmm.
75, and Enterprise about 250. Um,
So, talk us,
some of the
walk us through the differences. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yep. So some of the biggest ones, newbie is for like you're brand new, just starting out. You just want to get organized. Help you get in there. It'll auto respond to your leads as you get them in. You'll still get the automated booking or the contact forms and whatnot. Um, you just don't have as many advanced options. So you're limited
Hmm.
to 5 users, which includes yourself and any staff. You get one proposal theme, but you can send as many proposals as you want. It's not like you can just send one proposal over and over again, because you can customize those themes with different colors, different photos, different wording.
Yeah.
It's just one style. When you get to the basic, you get some more automations. So some more things like reminders about the template. That's not included in the simple automations. Simple automations is more just when a booking starts, when a lead comes in, that kind of stuff. If you're really wanting to get up there, you're going to want at least the essential automations so you can get reminders about templates, start screens, just all the fun stuff. You get more web forms, which is what we're talking about. Using them for the DJs for the song choice. I use them for a lot more than just the song choice. We use it
And that's which
for
level again? That you're at the pro now?
basic now.
Basic. Oh wow, basic. Okay.
Yeah. So even the basic gets a lot. It's really useful. Uh, that's probably your mid-level people that have been in business like a year plus and
Okay.
really starting to feel that I need to grow and my legs are starting to run. They're on the treadmill, but not quite up the hill.
Hmm.
And then Pro gives you unlimited users, all the automations that we have that you can create. You can create as many web forms as you want. You get the conversation tools, the automatic task builder, and we didn't even get to task builder. Task builder is just like a to-do list that you can set up to automatically remind you of, hey, booking X shows a scrapbook. Go buy a scrapbook from Joanne Fabrics. You
Oh
know,
wow.
yeah. Or for us, we have to buy dry ice on Fridays because there's no dry
Hmm.
ice place open on the weekend. So we have to set it up, reminder, hey, go buy your dry ice today. Worse when it's
Okay.
on a Sunday wedding. And then, Zapier and API integration. That's really advanced stuff. I absolutely love using Webhook, Zapier, that stuff for doing more advanced stuff in terms of like I have it automatically create a Dropbox folder anytime we have an event, and then my attendants will text photos of setups and it'll automatically add it into the Dropbox folders for me. And then we have everything sorted and I can go back and say, yep, we were there at X time. Here's pictures of it. And if someone calls and says, hey, were you ever at this venue? Um, then, what's, you got any setup photos? And I can send it to them. So
Someone's jamming out right now. Is
I
that
was
you,
saying
Dave?
someone's jamming out.
Oh yeah, that's. Sorry, I had TV up in the background.
Watching Cops.
No, it was believe it or not, it's an old episode of Roseanne popped up. I don't know what.
Oh
No
my
idea.
God.
Sorry about
Now
that.
we know what you watch. That's what he's really paying attention to, Roseanne.
Yep. He's like, I already got BoothBook set up. I don't need to worry.
Yeah.
You know what?
What
That is one of my least worries. Is this.
Yeah.
So
The other thing that I like the feature is it can send the information to your attendants too.
Yes.
and
So
is that all the plans sent it to your attendants, or just the pro, the enterprise? Like, what level can I do that at?
So you can do that with all of them.
Okay.
Because it's just a basic automation that says, okay, booking starting, or 3 days before the booking, send a reminder to the assigned staff. And, I've got mine set up even with a Google Maps link so they can have the direct link and know where they're going.
Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah, because I've had that so many times. What's the address again? I'm like, it's in the app. Because I
Yeah.
use for scheduling, I'm using Sling or Get Sling.
Oh, yeah. I'm very familiar with GetSling.
Yeah, but I want it all in one. I'm tired of going from this app to this app, copying, pasting. So I think it's time to put my big point bants on.
That's the nice thing is, I send the attendants get the email. It has the venue. It has the address. They can click on it for directions, and it'll actually, give them the direct. It'll bring up Google Maps and send them on their way.
How about text notifications? That does that too. You just have to hook up your own Twilio at that point, right?
Correct. Yep. But then you could even do text to your clients, reminders of payments or whatever. I do that a lot. I like to do a 6-month out text. Hey, 6 months away. Hopefully you got your, song selection choice going.
Yeah.
1 month before. Hey, I text the DJ that's assigned. Reminder to call your bride and get in for your 1 month meeting.
And it's two-way text, so they can actually text that back, right?
No, they can't. It's just one way currently. That is coming in the near future, the two-way texting.
Okay. So another thing that I deal with, Chris, as a lot of people know now, I do Google Ads. I've been helping boothers across the U.S. and partly I've just launched one in Canada today. It's very important to track conversions, right? And the conversion to me is someone who's filled out a form or at least landed to this part of the process where they're starting to fill out a quote. And the way that we do that is through Google Analytics and Google Tag Manager, and we integrate that into Google Ads so we can actually see you spent X amount of dollars. Here's how many conversions you've had with the money you spent. Show us a little bit how BoothBook allows you to feed this information into Google Analytics so that people like myself and others who are running ads can do the ROI, return on investment.
So I will admit I'm not a whiz at Google Analytics and Google Tag Manager. I have someone I pay to do it for me.
So I have the same thing. I've got myself and a guy that we do it.
I know Charles is using you. I was like, use Art. You'll be happy. My girl, she mostly does hotels, so I don't know if I got hooked with her for them, but it works. But what it is using Google Analytics, we have Google event tracking as well built in. So once you set up the event tracking inside your Google Analytics dashboard, it'll track when someone submits a a contact form, when a booking goes in, and I believe you could do payments as well.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, don't hold me to that last one, but I know we could do bookings and contact forms.
Okay, and that's right there at the upper left-hand side. It's Google Analytics. You would just put in every person's or every business website has their own unique identifying number. It's called the UA number. You just plug that right in there, and then in Google Analytics, you enable your data streams, and boom, you're hooked up.
Right. And then on top of that, so we should just have instead. So then, okay, so we've got check a date, lead capture widget, booking form submitted. Booking form submitted is booking submitted or new booking. And then it's just done through your custom dimensions in Google Analytics.
Yeah, and they've changed things. So it's they're always changing Google Analytics. So this might be a little bit not 100% up to date with their stuff, but this looks pretty dead on for the
Yeah,
most
this
part.
was within the last few months that we updated this, so
Okay.
it should be pretty
Yeah.
close. But like you said, they update things. I swear, it's weekly.
Constantly.
Yeah.
I don't know why they do it. They're just crazy like that.
Yeah.
This is great. That's good news. That's good
Yeah.
news for everybody.
You know, because it is one, like you said, you got to know where your money's going when you're spending ad money. You know, you can't just throw dollars after dollars and hope that someone will book, because you'll spend a lot more than if you're properly targeting.
Yeah. Now, are you currently? You have somebody that's hooked your BoothBook to your analytics, and you're watching that, and
She
so
watches it.
Where? So, off the top of your head, where are you getting most of your leads from? Is it referrals? Is it SEO? Is it social media?
SEO is number one. We rank first in our area for multiple terms, both DJ and photo booth. Granted, I'm a small market, so that's not as hard to do. Definitely makes a big difference, though. Second is word of mouth. Third would be Google ads. With Google's our primary ads, and then we do Facebook and TikTok as secondary retargeting only.
Okay, because we talked about that last week. How Facebook and TikTok is suddenly becoming there's a difference between intent and discovery when it comes to what people absorb. Intent being they already know what they want. They're going to Google. They're typing in photo booth rental, whatever city, or photo booth near me. They're ready to purchase. But then there's discovery, which has typically been like YouTube, and you're watching funny videos, or you're on Facebook looking at family pictures or the local groups, and TikTok is all about dances. But people are more and more now going to the TikToks and YouTube even and Facebook, actively searching for businesses.
Yeah.
So I think it's important. So what's your strategy on like places like TikTok?
So in terms of like getting content on there and whatnot, or
are you so you said you're getting leads from it? Yeah. So how are you approaching that as from a lead perspective?
That would be, so Elizabeth's my girl. I would have to ask her how she does it.
We're gonna bring her on the show. I think we're gonna bring Elizabeth on the show next time.
Yeah. But the biggest thing is content as well, because if you don't have content there, people look and they don't see you.
Yeah. I actually stopped doing TikTok, and I'm about to bite the bullet and jump back on, because I think it's important. I really do. I think people are embracing that. I was listening to a radio show. Can't remember which one it was. And the lady on the show says, it's like, man, if TikTok goes away, how am I going to find my new hairdresser? I'm like, what? Like, yeah, that's how she finds whatever she needs. Like, whether it's a plumber or an electrician, she now goes to TikTok to find these people.
So
it's the strangest thing.
My biggest thing is I have all my attendants, all my DJs. Well, our DJs go out with two people. We go with a DJ and a hype man, right? Or a dancer and hype man, DJ and a dancer. A little bit different than everyone else in our area, something that sets us apart. Our assistant or hype man will also get video and photo, and we use that constantly in our marketing. If you're not constantly posting it, and we slacked on it in the past too, it's something we're getting back into doing more and more now. But people see my DJ, my partner, my head DJ, dancing at weddings, and they're like, I want that at my wedding. And it's like, that's where they saw us, because they saw him on a TikTok.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm okay with it.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. What about drop off? Not dropping off. I mean, like when they come to the BoothBook side of things, and they see, you're starting a proposal, you're starting to show them things. Do you feel that there is a drop off at all once people feel like they're being pushed down a sales funnel?
I typically don't get that. I do know. So like, from what I've been told, industry standard in booking is like 2 to 3%, right? Most of my customers that I see with BoothBook who are active and using it correctly are 10+% in their conversion rate.
That's huge. That's 3 times.
Yeah, exactly. It's just because you can set up that if someone checks the date and they haven't, you get them to go back in again. They get the automatic link to, hey, here's your link. Go back in, book now. Here's a little bit about us. Go back in, book now. Ryan Lee, he's one of our users, but he also does like automation sales of pre-made automations and stuff like that. That guy, he's a genius in terms of what he's come up with some of these automations and drip stuff he's done.
Right.
I mean, I've come up with some good stuff, and then I look at some of his, and I'm like, well, I didn't think about that. That's really cool. And it's like, cool, do it, sell it. You got to do what works. You got to hit them in multiple ways, and BoothBook helps you do that because you can get them from the analytics, you can get them from the responded emails or text messages,
Yeah.
proposals. So many different ways to
Yeah.
hit them.
I think repetitive hitting people up could become annoying to them, but hey, they contacted you. I think, was it 3 days ago, Dave and Chris, that our friend Dave Gordon, who was on probably like 6 months ago, made a post. He says, look how many posts I got from YoProps in the last 30 hours.
Oh yeah.
But it
was
worked,
effective, though.
I know he probably bought something. Dave, if you're watching or now or later, just comment whether you bought, because I lost that post. I'm sure I could find it and use the search bar, right? Yeah. But it works. These drip campaigns and following up does. I've been, caught, looking at an email from a company I didn't think I was going to buy before. I'm like, yeah, go ahead and check it out again, and I would buy it.
Yep,
it does.
Yep.
It works.
I just got hit with that over Memorial Day. I had
Yeah.
stuff in my cart, and I was like, yeah, you know what? I made some sales this weekend. I'll buy it.
Mm-hmm.
I get you. Well, I get that when I add stuff to Amazon, and then I put it in the cart, and I think, do I really want to get it? Let me just think about it. And then 10, 15 minutes later, hey, you got something in your cart. If you want to check out.
They're like drug dealers. Hey man, here's a taste. You want some more?
I got what you want.
But the thing with Amazon is you're like, oh, well, you have this in your cart, but you might also like this.
Yep.
And BoothBook does that. Hey, you booked a booth, but you may also want an audio guest book.
It's an easy add-on. Yeah, it really is. Takes me
what about support and setting up?
So we have email support round the clock, and then you can book one-to-one calls with me. And we're constantly improving the support. We've actually got some new stuff coming for support as well. We've got live chat on the site when I'm on as well during the day, and sometimes on the weekends too, because I'll leave it up if I've got nothing else going on. I want to help people. Plus, we got the Facebook group. We've got a bunch of users to help each other. We got videos to help people getting started and getting set up. It might seem, any new system is going to seem like, man, I got a lot to do. But once you get started in it, you're like, I don't know why I didn't do this sooner, because I was repeating myself time and time again, and now I don't have to.
Yeah, I'm finding that I don't have as much time to do the manual stuff as I used to, and knowing the way that my business is going. And God, I love DJ Event Planner. I love it. However, it is kind of antiquated in the interface.
Windows
the way
98
that
called?
looks. Yeah, right. I'm waiting to hear the dial-up sound every time I log into that thing. So I'm ready to move on. Right. I'm ready to move on. And you've got a free trial going.
Yep.
From what I understand.
So we don't even ask for a credit card during your trial.
Okay.
So you sign up, you play around with it. We check in with you and say, how you doing? How you making out with it? If you don't use it for a while, then we'll be like, hey, wasn't working. That's okay. Come back to us when you feel it's ready. But we really want you to succeed. So give it a try. See how it's better than what you're using for DJ Event Planner, and realize that it's the better side of the world.
Yeah, I'm going to do it. So crazy thing is I've got 2 months out of the year, which I kind of don't book anything. And that comes in July and August. That's my family time. That's my mid-year regrouping. A lot of people take off December and January. I'm actually busy in December, January, and February. It's crazy. So I've shifted that to summer because I've got kids. So I plan on personally taking July and August and giving this a shot.
Cool. So I'm going to take this, and I'm just going to take, cool, let's click those, and guess what?
Vacation.
Boom. I'm on, I own just one day.
In DJ Event Planner, you have to duplicate the day and duplicate the day and duplicate for every single day. Oh. This is so much better.
Well, I'm using a Mac, and my mouse needs to be charged, which I can only do when I'm not using the mouse.
See, and that's the nice thing is, so you could if you were still doing, even though it's your off time, like say you were still doing like the audio guest book or something, you could leave it that people could just book that.
Yeah, you can do it as
know.
a pickup. I do them as pickups too. You got to pick them up from my office.
Yeah.
Drop them back off at my office. But I could
Yeah.
even say, here's my 360, right? When I build out my packages, right? I can say, cool, I'm not available during the week. This is only available Saturday, Sunday. I can even say, okay, we're going to exclude July 1st through July 31st on that package, no matter. So you can do that. You can make it so this package doesn't start until 2025.
Oh wow, that's great.
Yeah. Can you? I'm pretty sure you can't do that in DJ Event Planner. At least you used to not be able to.
Yeah. No, you can't do that. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. I want to go live. Boom. There we go. So people are going to be watching this a little bit delayed. There's another button I had to push in Facebook, but hey, we're now officially live. We're going to get some weird comments at some point.
That's all right.
Delayed.
I actually have to kick off anyway.
That's fine.
My wife is waiting. She wants dinner. And happy wife, happy life.
Dinner's good.
Or happy wife, safe life.
Well, thank her from us for getting you for the little bit of time we had you tonight. And listen, I personally use this. I've used it for quite a few years. Chris actually helped me get mine set up, and it's been a game changer for my business. So,
awesome.
So I can't wait to get started. So, just real quick again, it's boothbook.com. Go there. You got a free trial. I'm going to be taking advantage of that free trial. I'm going to bug the crap out of you, Chris, because I want to take full advantage of all the functionality and find out which plan that's going to be right for me.
Yep.
The fact that I can use easily on mobile, it's great for mobile for our customers. I can block out dates. Yes, I can do DJ stuff in there. Yes, I can do photo booth stuff in there, and all the other bells and whistles, automations, texting our clients to remind them. Sounds awesome.
Yep. And in fact, if you have people go to boothbook.com/calculator,
Calculator?
That up, yep.
All right, let me pull
it's
that
actually
up
really
quick.
cool. And I love sending people to this because it shows people how much time they spend on things they don't realize they're spending on for a booking and how it affects what they're
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I actually published something about a year ago on this, that people don't realize that, I bought a booth for $1,000. If I just make that $1,000 back, I'm in the green. No, you've got so many different things that are involved with your business. They have to take a look at your P&L, right?
Yeah. Well, not just that. If you scroll down, look at all the additional time events that you can have down below on the extra time it takes to do some of this stuff. So
easily.
Yeah, you may be charging $100 per hour for a 3-hour event, when reality is that 3-hour event is 22 hours when you add everything up.
Yeah, this is huge. I'm gonna make sure that we highlight this and repost this. This is big, because there's so many people out there that are willing to do an event for a ham sandwich, and they don't take these things into consideration. I mean, dude, a ham sandwich can be good, but it can't be that good.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. Never had ham.
Oh, not a ham eater. Okay, all right. That's all right. I'm actually not eating a whole lot of meat these days either. It keeps me healthy. So, but yeah. So, Chris, I know you. Speaking of food, you've got dinner waiting.
Yep.
Thank you so much for coming on. I can't wait to get started. I'll be reaching out to you pretty soon.
All right. Awesome, guys. All right. Well,
fantastic. Thanks.
Welcome.
Thanks, Chris.
Bye.
All right. Bye. So there you have it, folks. Dave, we had Chris Fall on from BoothBook. That was pretty darn cool.
Yep. Well, like I said, the CRM really, now like I said, there's multiples out there. BoothBook is what I use because it works for me. Check Cherry is another one out there that, they seem to be the two top. Honeybook. So, they all have features that some don't, but they all have similar features too. So it's a matter of trying out the demos for each of them and see what works best for your business.
Yeah, I agree.
You know.
So you've got a crazy month. I've got a crazy month. And then it's vacation time for me. I've got a couple in July and August.
Yep.
So we'll see when the next live stream is going to be. We'll work on some more content. In the meantime, I am going to Marquee Show in June. I'll be exhibiting there for Roll Up Ads, the new agency that we do for Google Ads.
Right.
You're not going to that though, right? You're not going to Chicago?
I'm not going this year, no.
Okay. But I'll see you at DJX most likely.
Absolutely. Yep. In August.
I think we should get some kind of meetup. So anybody who wants to kind of do a quick dinner or something like that and pick our brains.
Well, I used to do Photo Booth Network meetup.
Yeah.
At DJX, and
I was at one of them. Yeah. The first one I was with you, Danny, James, and Mike Bender were the ones that were at that one.
Right.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where
we've had up to our first one. I think there was 5 people at the first one, and then the second one was like 10, and then it's kind of grown exponentially, and then after COVID, we kind of threw it out there, but didn't
this year we're doing it.
So we'll do it
even if it's just you and me.
Yep.
Even if it's just you and me. Photo Booth Magazine, right. Photo Booth Network, doesn't matter. I don't really care. As long as we're getting together. So that's the most important part. And Danny, I'm sure will be there.
Danny is always there. I'll tell you what, Danny's been always such a huge supporter for Photo Booth Network ever since, I can remember when. So, big shout out to Danny. Yeah.
Mr. Denny. So everybody calls him what's the fried chicken guy, Colonel Sanders. I think he's got more of the grandfather in Jurassic Park look, I think.
Right.
Spare no expense. Spare no expense. We did get him a cane with a giant mosquito in a lava ball. That's get him one of those.
In the
Danny,
Amber.
we love you. Amber, that's it.
Yep.
Yeah, the lava ball. I've said it so many times. I don't even remember what Amber is. So anyway, I'm sure we all have tons of events coming up this month. Everybody have some great events this weekend. We'll see you next time on the Photo Booth Magazine. Peace out.
Have a good one.